So we were checking these equations for kinetic energy, and we have to rule out what are definitely wrong. There might be only this formula is correct for kinetic energy, that we know, but we have to rule out at least what are not dimensionally correct. So let us check this first one. So what is the this dimensions of this kinetic energy? ml square t minus 2. So let us see first dimensional quantities on this right side. m square velocity is lt minus 1, velocity is lt minus 1, and cube of this, so l cube t minus 3. So what is this quantity will become? m square l to the power 3 t minus 3. And what is the correct function? m l square t minus 2. So this one is definitely not correct. Second one, if we calculate, this will become m, this is lt minus 1 and square of that, so l square t minus 2. So when we calculate ml square t minus 2, so this one is correct, this one is correct, this one is not correct. K is equal to ma, m is m, a is l t minus 2. So this looks very close, ml t minus 2, but this is not l square, this is not l square, so this is also incorrect. Now if we dimensionally analyze this 3 by 16 mv square, so again this is number, this does not have any dimension, so m v square l square t minus 2. So this is also dimensionally correct. Now this last one, this first part is definitely dimensionally correct. This second part ma, here we have calculated ma, so ma was wrong. So this is wrong in two ways. This last one is wrong in two ways. What are those two ways? First of all, this first part is definitely equal to this, but we are adding some quantities. This first one has m l square t minus 2, but second part has a dimension of m l t minus 2. So these cannot be added. First of all, this cannot be added into this, if and hence this is not dimensionally correct. So what are two formulae that were dimensionally correct? This one, b and d. All others are dimensionally wrong. Now at least out of 5 we can rule out that these 3 are not correct, only these 2 are correct. Now that depends on complete information that which one of these 2 is right. So first one is not correct, second one is this. So in this way we can say, since the kinetic energy K has dimension of ml square t minus 2, formula A, C and E are ruled out. So that we have already done. So dimensions are this, A, C and E are ruled out. Note that dimensional arguments cannot tell which of two, B or D. So we have these two formula, 1 by 2 mv square and 3 by 16 mv square. So this cannot tell the difference, which is the correct formula. For this one must turn to the actual definition of kinetic energy. So with the help of dimensional analysis we cannot tell. The correct formula of kinetic energy is this, not this, but at least we have reduced our complexity to lesser number. Now last thing is the deducing relation among the physical quantities. How can we check? Previously we were checking, now if whether we can create some relation between physical quantities with the help of dimensional analysis or not. So we are going to correct, or we are going to create the formula or physical formula or relation with the help of this dimensional analysis. The method of dimensions can be used to deduce means create relation among the physical quantities. For this we should know the dependence of physical quantity on other quantities. So let us understand with the help of this example. So this up to 3 physical quantity does not have any meaning. So we must know what is the dependence of physical quantities on some basic quantities. This, when we know this, we can create the physical relations. Now consider a pendulum. Consider a simple pendulum having a bob attached to a string. So we have this simple pendulum, this is having a bob. Bob is attached to a string. So a simple pendulum, and this is our bob and this is our string that oscillates under the action of force of gravity. So this is oscillating because of the gravitational force. Suppose that period of oscillation of simple pendulum depends on its length. So one thing we know for sure, it is dependence have on its length, mass of the bob m, and acceleration due to gravity g. Now we have to derive the expression for its time period using the method of dimension. So what we are given here, so the period of oscillation depends on length, mass of the bob m, and acceleration due to gravity g. Now we have to derive a formula, that means we have to create a formula for its time period and using the method of dimensional analysis, not any other method. So let us solve this problem. The dependence of time period t on the quantities L, G, M as a product may be written as. So what we do, we know what is the dimensions of t and we first put a constant. There might be any constant that we don't know yet, and even after dimensional analysis we don't know what is this constant. So let us say this depends on length to the power x, gravity to the power y, and mass to the power z. So this is our assumption that this has some relation, and this depends on x power of length, y power of g, and z power of m. So this is our assumption or starting point, where k is a dimensionless number. So we have added some constant. X, y, z are exponents. So these are powers. Exponent means power. By considering the dimensional analysis both sides, so what we have? So let us do the dimensional analysis. So here L is 0, mass is not there, time is 1. So L0, M0, t to the power 1. So this we have. Now let us put it here. So this k does not have any dimension. Length, dimension of length is L. L to the power, we have just written 1 because we can write 1. Power x, so we have put power x here. Now this g, what is g? G is a kind of acceleration, so this dimensional formula is Lt minus 2, or we can write is L1 t minus 2, and power of this is y, so we put power y here. Again this mass, m to the power 1, so mass is m to the power 1, and power is z. So this we have constructed this equation. Now let us see what we can say with this equation. So this left hand side has only t to the power 1, mass and length are 0. So let us calculate this. So this is L to the power x and this is L to the power y. So what is total power of L to the power x plus y? From this x, from this y, L to the power x plus y. Now t to the power minus 2y, and this m to the power z. After solving we get L to the power x, and from y this L to the power x plus y, t to the power minus 2y, and m to the power z. Now what we get? So this is the right hand side, this is our left hand side. If we see, this is left hand side, this is our right hand side. Now let us equate the power. So on left hand side we have ln to the power 0, that means x plus y must be 0 because both should be dimensionally correct. X plus y must be equal to 0. This minus 2y must be equal to 1 because here we have 1, here we have minus 2y. Minus 2y must be equal to 1, and mass, so m to the power z must be equal to 0. So when we solve, so what we get? First we get y. So y what we get? Y is equal to minus 1 by 2. Z is equal to 0. And this x is equal to, when we put y here, so what we get? X is equal to plus 1 by 2. So after solving these equations, what we get? X equal to 1 by 2, y equal to minus 1 by 2, and z is equal to 0. So now let us put all these values. So what we get? T, K is already there, constant, L to the power 1 by 2 and G to the power minus 1 by 2. M is gone because M has 0 power. So this is our formula. This is our formula that we have got from dimensional analysis. K L half, G half. Now let us put in this form. So what we get? T, K is there, L half means under root L, and G minus half, that means in denominator we get under root G. When we put a single bracket, we get under root L by G. So with the dimensional analysis, we are able to create at least this formula. T is equal to some constant under root L by G. Though it is still there is some problem to determine this constant. Note that the value of constant K cannot be determined by this method. Here it does not matter if the number multiplies the right side of this formula, because that does not affect the dimension. So we can have this number on the left side as well. So this does not affect the dimensions. In reality, K is equal to 2 pi and correct formula is T is equal to twice pi under root L by G. So dimensional analysis is very useful in deducing the relations. So we can create relations among the interdependent physical quantities. So we have seen this. However, dimensional constants cannot be obtained by this method. So K is equal to 2 pi we cannot determine. The method of dimensions can only test the dimensional validity, but not exact relationship between physical quantities of any equation. It does not distinguish between physical quantities having the same dimensions. So many quantities may have same dimensions. It cannot distinguish between them. A number of exercises at the end of this chapter will help in you developing the skill. Also, you can go to appendix section to learn more about these dimensions. At least you should try to remember 2 or 3 quantities and their dimensions daily.